I just played Jedi Outcast VR, and outside there being no younglings to kill, which should be mandatory, I'm pretty impressed with a few things. Here are 5 things that impressed me about Jedi Outcast VR that you should know about. Go check it out, and there'll be footage at the end to see how everything looked unedited. Now look, the developer is French. I can't really understand the audio in the game. His Patreon is hardly legible, but who really cares? It's not like the English actually made much sense in some Star Wars movies. By the way, all price tiers get access to this pre-alpha demo. That was actually extremely confusing to me. However, this pre-alpha you see here is only after 2 months of development. Yes, there are a ton of bugs. This is a pre-alpha, and with 2 months of work, I'm very impressed. So go check out his Patreon. I can't be the only one to try this. Go support him. It's common sense, guys. Vader Immortal is a favorite among many. I liked them to a degree, sort of, I guess, but they feel exactly like a Disney attraction. They're clean, they're safe, and very sterile. They have no grit, and kind of like a hint of creepy uncle. I don't need a grindhouse version of Star Wars, but this Jedi Outcast VR is rough in many of the best ways. It feels like KOTOR mixed with Jedi Academy. Things are dirty, they're messy, destructibles don't disappear, and space is not a kind place as it should be. You can even check out TIE fighters. They look like I would expect them to. Raggedy, worn, battle-ready hunks of metal, and no one's really taking care of these things. This feels real, this has substance, and makes me want to be more in this world. Now, combat is pretty hard in VR. This is hard on devs. There's no resistance. If I'm hitting people, I'm hitting through thin air, and I'm only stopping really by my own force. Now, many games, whether by choice, by platform or ability, whatever, they pass on a lot of this, but not this one. Blasters feel good and meaty. Holding one in one hand, they react to being touched with the other hand as I would expect them to, not just pass through. There's that full embodiment. Now, pulling down on the triggers, you can almost feel the heat build up from the visual cues, and the sounds is just the added chef's kiss. Now, the saber might be a little controversial to some. This one feels very heavy, way heavier than anything that you may have used in, say, Vader Immortal. Now, I may be alone in this, but I know many enjoy lightsabers feeling paper light, but I don't. You have an energy beam in front of you guys. Like, I tripped upstairs yesterday, no joke. I shouldn't be flipping a lightsaber around like a pool noodle. That's just common sense. I like the weight here. I'm not really sure what my point is overall, but something about the physics here, and the sound, and the visuals, and everything put together are just very impressive and feel purposeful and not wiggle in my stick. Now, I didn't expect much here, but a lot of good surprises came. 1, I can decapitate stormtroopers. Fuck you. That was fun. Boxes, tanks, anything that looked destructible pretty much was. Even glass breaking was pretty nice. It's kind of a mix of solid red matter and Duke Nukem Forever vibes, if you know those references. There is a video of a TIE fighter destruction that's coming, but I can't show that. That is a Patreon perk. You gotta pay to play, so go check it out. Also, I appreciate the amount of blaster damage on screen at once. Some games are going to limit this heavily, which makes sense for much, different purposes, whether that's, just the quality of the game, how it's running. But this one allowed quite a lot, and I appreciated that. Now, many say nostalgia is a terrible thing. It removes the rough edges from history, the plot holes, the horribleness that can happen, and present everything in just more of a perfect, happy light, downplaying the really heavy shit out there. And, that got heavy, didn't it? And while this can be true, VR is nothing but rough edges right now in many games. Getting this to run was not simple. This was not easy to get running, but the familiar setting and nostalgia of Star Wars is a good thing for VR because it made me still go through that process because I want to experience it. New VR users, I don't think, are personally ready for Boneworks. They're not. The ability to do everything and anything isn't value added. The cell is feeling comfortable experiencing new things in familiar settings, and that's what I always want to highlight of ports and existing IPs because to me, they're great for VR. This is great for VR, and I had a terrific time. And that's really just 5 things I noticed in this short 10-minute demo. Is it jank free? No, it's a pre-alpha, guys, so just chill out. It's gonna have problems, but It's familiar, it's fun. 2 months of development and quite a bit put into this, and I'm really going to be following how this progresses. And guys, can we just support people making cool shit? That's all I ask. Go check out his Patreon. That's it. There's going to be some footage here unedited so you can kind of see how it ran on my PC. And see you next time, Space Cowboys. Peace.
Kyle, je ne peux pas atterrir. Les canons à ion sont toujours opérationnels. Tu dois les détruire.
Je sais. Prépare une capsule de sauvetage et attends-moi. J'en ai pas pour longtemps. Ce flingue pourrait causer bien du raffut s'il venait à tomber entre de mauvaises mains.
What's up? Who's there? I need some help over here. Did you hear something? Back up. I'm taking fire. I've been hit. I need assistance here. Taking the back. I need some help over here.